Good morning. Thank you for joining us on THV 11, streaming with THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgeby. Happy Tuesday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Tracy Bean back with us for another 3 hours. And Ashley King now in the house to break down our traffic. Hopefully, unlike yesterday, I don't really want to see an accident so early today. We'd like to keep it clear.
Yeah, this time yesterday, we already had one of those.
It's already busy. I was just telling Ashley, I looked at the traffic camera here. I was like, there's a lot of people out already this morning. So people are moving.
Well, we're going to be tracking them to see where they are. So
we're watching.
That's coming up. That's right.
Yeah, we're also watching the potential for some severe weather as we're moving into Friday. But let's not think about that. Let's talk about this beautiful day. It's going to be a gorgeous Tuesday. We've got a gorgeous sunrise here, a few clouds out there, and nice pink sky. And as we are going into the morning, we're going to see that sunrise around 6:30. So we've got about 29 minutes or so, and sunset around 7:46. So again, that 8 o'clock sunset is going to be around May 9th, give or take. So you've got a lot more daylight ahead. We are looking at temperatures right now at 48. It doesn't feel too bad out there, though. The winds are calm, so not adding a little extra chill to the air, if you will. But we are seeing those temperatures start to rise into the 50s here and there. We were at 50, and of course, right around that sunrise, we always drop a couple of degrees usually. And as we're heading into the afternoon, we're looking at a high of 79. It's going to be a bit warm over here in eastern Arkansas with those 80s, and we do have an elevated fire risk again here in eastern Arkansas. A few showers are going to try their best to make it into western Arkansas, but I don't know if they're going to make it, but I think that cooler air will. So we'll talk more about your day and the rest of the week coming up.
Yeah, and as you just heard us say, a few cars on the road already this morning, as you can see here with the Big Rock interchange. So this is where Interstate 430 and 630 meet up, and we see a few people out, but no major issues or slowdowns so far on our roads, as you can see here with our live traffic map. Just all green across the board. So we'll check this again here in just a little bit.
We begin with a breaking news update this morning. A decade-long legal fight for the justice of a Saline County teenager has now reached its final chapter.
The U.S. Supreme Court has denied an appeal from the family of Keegan Schweikel, ending their effort to restore a multi-million-dollar jury award connected to his death.
Schweikel died in 2016 after a Benton police officer shot him during an encounter while the teen was experiencing a mental health crisis. The officer told investigators Schweikel raised a weapon as police approached him near his home.
The case centered on claims the department failed to properly train officers on how to handle mental health situations.
Schweikel's parents filed a federal civil rights lawsuit the following year, setting off a legal battle that lasted nearly a decade.
In 2024, a jury awarded the family $32 million, but also cleared the officer of wrongdoing. That decision led courts to overturn the payout. The family made one final appeal in March, asking the nation's highest court to review the case.
Last week, the justices considered the request and then this Monday formally denied it, bringing the case to a close.
A shooting at one of Mexico's most iconic cultural sites has left one tourist dead and several others hurt. Authorities say a 27-year-old gunman opened fire while visitors were climbing the ancient pyramid complex. Officials now working to determine a motive as this investigation continues. CBS News correspondent Bradley Blackburn has the very latest.
Crews carried victims down the steps of Mexico's Teotihuacan pyramids as a site famous for its ancient archaeology was filled with ambulances. A Canadian woman was killed and 4 other people were wounded when a 27-year-old gunman opened fire on tourists just before noon Monday. Witnesses reported hearing dozens of gunshots, and some visitors climbing the steep steps were injured by falling when they tried to take cover. Officials said they do not know the motive for the shooting, but that it appeared to be a targeted attack. They said the gunman died from a self-inflicted wound. The site was quickly swarmed with first responders and agents. In a post on social media, Mexico's president wrote, "What happened today in Teotihuacan deeply pains us," and said she's ordered federal officials to investigate. Earlier this year, violence erupted across Mexico after special forces killed a cartel leader. Some travelers were stranded trying to get home. The U.S. State Department has a Level 2 travel advisory in place across Mexico, warning U.S. citizens to exercise increased caution due to terrorism, crime, and kidnapping. The Teotihuacan pyramids were built by 3 ancient civilizations and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The complex sits about an hour outside Mexico City and drew nearly 2 million international visitors last year. This guide was on site during Monday's shooting and worried about the impact on tourism. We hope that people worldwide understand the situation, she said. This is not something that happens all the time. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
A federal judge is blocking Arkansas's latest attempt to limit how kids and teens use social media. The ruling puts the state's new law on hold for now over concerns about free speech. U.S. District Judge Timothy L. Brooks ruled that Act 900 passed last year likely violates the Constitution. His decision follows a similar ruling from another judge who struck down an earlier version of the same law. In his ruling, Judge Brooks agreed social media companies should do more to protect young users, but he also says the law and others like it are too vague and could end up restricting free speech online. The judge ultimately sided with the tech industry group NetChoice, writing that the law's requirements could amount to, quote, death by 1,000 cuts for free speech on the internet. Attorney General Tim Griffin has already appealed a similar ruling in a related case.
6:06 this morning. 4 Republicans are now officially in the running to fill a state house seat left vacant after the death of longtime lawmaker Stan Berry. The race will decide who serves the remainder of his term representing parts of Pope and Van Buren counties. The candidates include Brent Boland, Wes Freeman, Nikki Phillips, and Bill Teeter, all filing paperwork with the Arkansas Secretary of State ahead of that special primary. Voters will head to the polls on June 2nd with a runoff scheduled for June 30th if no candidate wins a majority. The special general election is set for August 4th, and so far, no Democrats have filed to run.
UAMS and the University of Arkansas Fort Smith are teaming up to create faster, clearer paths for students pursuing careers in healthcare. The new agreement covers 14 programs and gives qualifying graduates added advantages like guaranteed interviews, priority application reviews, or even automatic admission. Leaders say the partnership is designed to strengthen the healthcare workforce across Arkansas and help students move quickly into high-demand medical fields. U.S. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett is set to appear as the next guest speaker at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. She'll headline the museum's lecture series, which previously featured former President Barack Obama. Justice Barrett will talk about the judicial making process. The event is scheduled for Saturday, May 9th at 6 p.m. Ticket and live stream details are available on the museum's website. Right now, let's check in with meteorologist Tracy Bean and a beautiful sunrise off in the distance.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous start to your Tuesday. We are looking at temperatures in the upper 40s and 50s across, but again, a nice day. Maybe if you don't have to head straight to work or school, maybe you could take a little walk. I've got your sunny with a chance of George forecast, and George is actually here today in the building. He's getting his spa day later this morning, but we've got Penny here in the meantime, and Penny is from Greenbrier. Her dad, Randall, sent this in, and she's just as cute as can be, and she's all ready for spring and ready for a walk too. Looking at a gorgeous day for it, no matter what time you leave today. And as you are heading into your Wednesday, we're going to start to see those temperatures going up as well. Thursday, we're looking at those 80s, and then we are looking for some storms moving in on Friday, and some of those could be a bit strong to severe as we're heading into the afternoon and evening. But we'll talk more about those and that potential for the rest of the weekend coming up in my forecast.